Are you someone who is into podcasts? Perhaps you want to have a really cool library where you can find some great podcasts to listen to on your commute to work. Or maybe you're looking to create one yourself. Well, let me tell you about Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast, all right? It's free. It has creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your PC. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you. Complete ease, hassle-free, so that way you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as well as many more outlets. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Okay, folks? Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. It's fantastic, all right? And if you want to get started right now, all you got to do is download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Alright, hello everyone. I am back for another great week here, and this time around we're going to talk about meta or metagaming. Alright, so you're probably like, what does meta mean? For those of you who do not know, it is the most effective tactic available. Alright, and that could have a lot of different meanings depending on the type of game you're playing. Now, I believe it originated when it came to MMOs. Today, it can be applied to many different genres, but for an MMO, it could literally just be using a character or items that are the most powerful and to help you find the best and quickest way to win the game. It could be a particular skill set that you're combining with maybe some weapons or some armor to get the most stats out of what you're trying to do to achieve your goal. It could be a set character in a game that is seen as the strongest character, or it could even just be a particular weapon in a game. It just depends on what you're playing. Some examples would be, if you look back at, let's say, like Super Smash Bros. Or Street Fighter, fans of the game will go ahead and they will create their own like tier ranking system for who they believe are the strongest and weakest characters in the game. And so the meta in that case would be the player saying, okay, this is the strongest character, so we're only going to use these characters to win matches. Alright, and a great example would be, let's say, I don't know who the meta is in the current Smash Bros, but if you were to go back to an older one, let's say Super Smash Bros on the Wii U, Bayonetta was the meta for that game. Now, there's even, it can be used in card games, like Hearthstone. Hearthstone, the meta could be like the strongest deck, alright, within a current set. And there's other games that this would apply to that are card games, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering, it's the same thing. The players will create a meta based on who they think what will be the makeup to create the strongest deck so that they, have a better chance at winning. It could be characters. Let's say you're playing League. Players for League of Legends would have a meta based on which character they feel is the strongest or maybe the most overpowered character within the game. And so they will then use that character. Keep in mind, this stuff can definitely change. All it takes is the devs to see what people are using as their meta builds, and they can make a patch that will now make those characters or items, useless. So then players will scramble to figure out what the next meta is, based on what's currently available after, things have been nerfed or buffed. So the meta is going to be changing. Another example for, let's say, if you go back to, let's say, like Final Fantasy XIV, which is their online game that they have, there was a time when, and maybe it still is, I don't play it, but I know like back in the day, they have a class called Ninja, and the Ninja was never meant to be a tank in the game, but it ended up being one. It became the meta because its evasion was so high. sure that's probably changed. Metas are always changing, like I said, but it's just an example of how that works. And it even can apply to shooters like Destiny. Destiny is a common one that will have changing metas within the game, and it's always, pair this, use this gun or put these skills on this gun. The guns have their own little abilities that you can turn on and off. So it would be grab this gun, put these weapon abilities on that it has, and then it could even go towards, okay, if you're using, let's say, a Titan, put this, and this skill that your Titan has on to complement the gun even further, or something like that. And that stuff's always changing too. Things are always, like I said, being nerfed or buffed or whatever, to where the devs are trying to keep a balance. Now, why am I talking about metas? I'm talking about metas because I think they're the dumbest thing ever. I do not like meta. I think they're lame, and it makes people lazy and unimaginative. And by that I mean a lot of players, instead of just playing the game for fun and getting really good at the game, using characters or skills, or using their own tactics and developing their own strategies to get really good at the game, they'll go and they'll just copy everybody else because maybe an influencer on YouTube has made a video saying, hey, you guys, you want to get the biggest damage output, make sure you grab this character and these skills and use this armor set, blah blah blah, with these weapons, and you'll be doing max amount of damage per second versus anybody else who's not going to come close. So, and then everybody then watches that video and they all start copying it, and it's dumb. All right, because now you create. There are lots of gamers that play for meta. They go out of their way to always be doing what's meta, and it's just dumb. Okay, if you're loving the game, you should play the game your way and get good at doing it your way. That's my opinion. You should, because you have nothing to brag about. If you go and you're copying everybody else using the exact same meta build that everybody else is playing with, and then you achieve victories in your game, whether it's getting more kills or taking down maybe like a big, boss or something in an MMO or whatever it is you're doing, the way I see it, you have nothing to brag about. You have achieved nothing. Congratulations. You just copied everybody else. You had zero imagination, zero skill. You just used what everybody deemed to be the strongest thing in the game to get the thing done. You have nothing to brag about. Now, if you were to go and achieve, victory in the game without using meta, then at least you could brag, say, hey, look what I did, and I use these things which are less powerful, and I was able to do this. Now you have something to brag about. But if you're somebody who always does the meta, then you're just lame and lazy and unimaginative in my eyes. And every meta can be broken. Okay? Destiny is a perfect example. There's guns and skills that counteract all the other guns and skills. So if someone thinks they have a meta, there are guns and skills that will counteract that supposed meta. So you don't really have a meta in Destiny. People think they do, but they don't. All it takes is somebody who knows the game well and takes the time to be like, okay, if everybody's playing with these guns, a lot of times the meta isn't even the meta. There have been plenty of times within, let's say, Destiny as a perfect example, where a YouTuber will be like, yo, you guys, use this gun, it's the best. And then it becomes meta. Everybody's using it because some dude on YouTube said it was meta, and it's not. Bungie has come out in the past and said, you guys, the guns you guys are using as your meta build aren't even the best guns in the game. Alright? So people literally are creating a meta build thinking it's the meta just because, some Joe Schmo online said it was, when it's not. So, it just further proves that it's just... Meta is usually someone's opinion. Like, okay, this is the best way to do something, and then everybody's like, okay, then we're all gonna do it. It's pretty funny when you have like Bungie coming out saying, you guys are fools, that's not the best build, but we're not gonna tell you what it is because, maybe you should actually play the game and figure it out. It's good stuff, but yeah, no, I really, really hate metas in games, and I myself don't use them when I play, whether I'm playing an RPG or if I'm doing a shooter. I use what I like, and I just try to get really, really good with what I like. And if I'm struggling somewhere because someone's using a meta build, I try to figure out what that meta does, and then I create strategy to counteract what they're doing. You know, that's what you got to do, and that proves that you're a better player than someone who doesn't know anything and they're just copying everybody else. And then when you start destroying them, you know, they get all huffy about it because they think you're cheating, because they're like, there's no way I should be getting beaten. I have the meta. This is the best gun. There's no possible way you can shoot me faster than I can you, or I'm doing more damage. There's no way you should be killing me before I kill you. It's like, now you're full of crap. Okay, just because you have a supposed meta doesn't mean you're going to be the best in the game. You literally could have the best stuff in the game and still suck as a player because you have no skill. Okay, so using meta doesn't mean you're instantly going to become good. Okay, and even if you are really, really skilled in the game and you're using meta, doesn't mean you're still untouchable. Because like I said, my husband has done it where he'll go out of his way to create meta-breaking builds with weapons that people will deem as trash, just to prove a point. And it works. So, yeah, it's just, I don't really have too much to say on the subject. It's just, I just hate the idea of metas. I hate people who use metas. You know, metas shouldn't be a thing, but they are a thing because, you know, people are overly competitive, and some people care more about the numbers game than just playing the game and having fun and overcoming obstacles. Everybody wants an easy way out. So what's the easiest way out? Oh, you're struggling on something? Here, go listen to Joe Schmo on YouTube. He'll tell you what you should be using to make your life easier, and that's where it ends up. You know, like nobody wants to put the effort in to achieving the goal that they have on their own. They want handouts. They want to take the easy way out. And like I said, anybody who's playing meta, you're lame, and I see you as somebody who has nothing to brag about. You have nothing because you're not doing anything on your own, okay? I want you to achieve whatever it is you're achieving with your meta build without meta, and then come talk to me, okay? Because anything that's going on in a game you can do with any kind of weapon or anything in the game, because everything is made playable and usable within the game. Some things may make things more difficult, but you can still accomplish all the goals with all the stuff in the game. So you want to prove something, show me you doing what needs to be done without meta, and then come talk to me. Because then I'm like, okay, you know what, you're a solid player, you came up with a good strategy, and you used stuff that you liked, and you got the job done. You know, you're awesome. You know, I have no love, no appreciation, no respect for someone who's gonna be like, yeah, I'm amazing, I wouldn't destroy this because I use meta. Like, okay, congrats, you went and you found what you believed was the strongest thing in the game to cheese your way through it. You want a cookie for that? No, get out of here. Well, this is just gonna be a short episode this week because I'm having difficulties coming up with different topics. I keep asking you guys what you guys want me to talk about, and I'm not getting any feedback in return. No one's answering my question on Discord or on Twitter. So without you guys, jumping in with ideas on what you want me to discuss, and I'm struggling, I have to try to figure out what I want to talk about, and it's getting tough. All right, if I'm going to be giving you guys an episode every week, I'm going to run out of things to talk about. So I really do need help. So I'm asking you, please, if you guys want these episodes to continue being made, I need some feedback. I need some engagement from you all. You guys know how to reach me. Send me a DM on Twitter, or talk to me on my Discord and be like, hey, I really like you talking about this. Maybe talk about this too, or whatever. I'm open. And it can be anything pulp culture related. I do a lot of video game stuff, but if you want to talk about a particular movie or something, or some music or whatever, let me know. I'm open. But I need you guys to reach out to me, and so we can keep this flowing, because I do like doing these, but like I said, I'm gonna run out of ideas. All right, this is gonna be a tough thing to do without me just seeing what's trending right now in gaming news and then talking about it. And I don't want to do that. There are so many podcasts out there that just talk about recent gaming news. All right, and I already do that with my other podcast, The Platform. I don't want to do that here. Okay, so please, if you enjoy the show, if you have ideas, don't be afraid to leave a comment. Reach out to me. Let's keep this let's keep this stuff going, and we'll see what happens. But anyways, thanks you guys so much for listening. Drop a follow, tell your friends, and remember, my name is Cool Cat Terry on social media. Reach out, and I hope to having something new for you again next week. So enjoy, and like I said, metas are crap. Stay away if you want to prove to me you're good. You all have a great time. I know that if I put this, and this together, I can counteract everything that everybody's doing when I'm in the Crucible, because they're all going to play this way, so I just got to put this on, and now I'm taking them all out. And it can be done. My husband has done it. He goes out of his way playing Destiny, just grabbing ordinary blue guns that people think are trash, and then complementing them with the right skills and things that he needs. And before you know it, he's over here destroying everybody. He's running meta because he created a meta-breaking build. And you can do that anywhere. It's just whether or not you're taking the time to do it. Or if you're, like I said, being lazy and you're just copying everybody else to create a meta, and you think you're the best when like I said, depending on the game, it can be broken. Or, the thing gets patched and then your meta is crap, and now maybe you don't even have the stuff that's the new meta, and now you're gonna, be like, well, crap, now all I have is junk in my inventory. So, it's just, get good at what you have.